very good morning from northeast England. I am in a little seaside town at the moment called Tynemouth, just north of the mouth of the River Tyne, and I am hoping today to drive maybe 10-20 miles up the coastline, see what I can find. There is supposed to be plenty of little villages and seaside towns, so we will see what is about as we make the drive. But right now I'm starting in Tynemouth itself. Behind me you can see Tynemouth Priory and Castle. Behind the camera is a large statue and the South Shields area across the river that I finished yesterday's video in. So we'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what I can see. Here we go then. So as we come to the front of the statue, you can see 4 guns. I'll tell you about those in a second, but look at those beautiful beaches out there in the distance. Across the river there, that is where I ended the video yesterday. Sandhaven Beach and the piers, and the statue is right there. This monument was erected in 1845 in memory of Admiral Lord Collingwood, who was born in Newcastle upon Tyne in 1748 and died in the service of his country on board the Ville de Paris. In March 1810, he was buried in St Paul's Cathedral. He was famous for leading the British fleet into action at Trafalgar. And those 4 guns, well, they were taken from his ship, the Royal Sovereign, and placed here on his monument. There's the entrance to the Priory and Castle. Sign here, it is open to the public. I think it costs about £7 to get in. It is quite a large site. Over here on my left is some fairly typical seafront buildings, built specifically to, I should imagine, enable the views over the coastal area. And this is a clock tower and fountain. Look at that, 1861 that was built. And there's the little door that you get in to wind the clock up. There's the fountain, it's not working. Someone's left a drink there. I think I'm going to head down this way now. This is the High Street. All my years of travelling, I've never seen this before. I thought it was a church. Maybe it is, but they've got some shops inside. We've got an aesthetics clinic. And I was expecting to go in, but it says here there's a bar upstairs serving cocktails, premium beers for private hire. Usually I like to research places that I visit, but this video haven't done any research whatsoever, so I'm just kind of driving up the coast to see what I can find. I am at a place called Tynemouth Beach now. There's this really interesting overflow area for the sea almost. Some kind of concrete basin. Maybe it fills up to form some kind of lake or freshwater swimming pool. Beyond that, there's the beautiful yellow sands of the beach. It's a nice day today. There's a cool breeze in the air, but it is definitely beach weather if you just want to chill out and relax. People down there playing volleyball, and also quite a few people in the sea. And then beyond that, way in the distance, you can see a pretty grand looking church that overlooks this entire bay. We're now in Whitley Bay, not far away from where I was before in Tynemouth, just a couple of miles up the coast. I think we're in the town centre at the moment. Not overly impressed with the High Street, train station down there at the end. I'm going to head down to what Whitley Bay is famous for, and that is the seafront. We're getting closer now, and just on my right there, 20 to 2, a nice clock. It is a bank holiday, by the way, here in England today. So most people are off work, schools are closed. Everybody's just out here chilling, and we're going to get ready now for the big beach reveal. Blue Flag Beach down there. Multiple years in a row, considered one of Britain's finest. What a scene. And at the end there, you may be able to make out St Mary's Lighthouse. We've got some rules of the beach here. Beware of rip currents, beware of large breaking waves, tides and surfers. We've also got do not kite surf, do not launch motorised crafts, do not use inflatables when windy. That's a very sensible one. And do not launch jet skis. There we go. Things are busier down at this end. Walked about 10-15 minutes along now, and you can see that the beach is pretty packed. Like a park area just behind the beach. There is a First and Second World War memorial there. See some houses over the other side of the park there. And as I come around, this is the white dome of the Spanish City building. Inside you'll find tea rooms, arcades, restaurants. It was built in 1910 to replicate a little bit of what they had in Blackpool with the entertainment area that they've got over there on the west coast of England. It was heavily renovated a few years ago after it fell into disrepair. Whitley Bay, the dome, the white dome, it was the Taj Mahal to us. From the Grand Dome to a very, very grand lighthouse, St Mary's Lighthouse, here at the north side of Whitley Bay. I have parked the car, it's only a couple of minutes away. It's a beautiful area, there's cliffs and houses over there in the distance. It's a wildlife area as well, and the route is tidal, so you've got to be careful you don't get stranded over on the island. Going to take a walk across there. I'll tell you about the lighthouse, and while we're walking we'll keep our eye out for grey seals. It is quite common to see some. Well, I've made it inside the actual lighthouse, would you believe? There is a few notice boards down there telling you about the history of the lighthouse itself, as well as the lighthouse keeper. And here are the steps that are going to take me all the way up to the top of the lighthouse. It is completely hollow in here, so it's just the steps around the outside. £4.10 for an adult. I'd say that's a bargain. No doubt about it, you need to have a head for heights to come up here. There we go, 137 steps. I'm about to get out into the fresh air again. Here we go. I thought we were hitting the top there, but not yet. A little way to go before we get up there. In fact, I can see daylight while I'm heading up these very steep steps. Let me tell you that the lighthouse was opened in 1898 and it served until 1984. There we go, a ladder right to the top there of the dome. Here we are. Let's see what the views are like. Oh wow. In the lighthouse. And down we go. I'm back down and back out. Whilst I was atop, I looked down and saw some grey seals just sunbathing on the rocks, And then as I came out of the door, heading back towards the car park, I saw some more grey seals just hanging out. That was pretty cool. I am on my way back to the car and about to head off to the next destination. Welcome to Blyth, and take a look at those saturated bright colours of the beach houses. Blyth historically was a big shipbuilding town here in England, had a huge industry of coal mining as well, with 6 coal fields all in the local area. Used to keep the working population here very busy. These buildings and a few behind me make up Blyth Battery, used during the 2 World Wars. You can see over to my right there is a large gun position aimed out at sea. This building here in particular, an observation post that was rebuilt in the 1940s during the 2nd World War. Ground floor was a command centre, and at the top there was an observation post. Blyth also had the busiest port in England in 1961. That year it shipped 6 million tonnes of coal. And I'm heading now towards the beach and the sea. And I think it's fair to say that those steam-driven turbines from days gone by have since been replaced by the electric wind farms out there at sea. That industry has become part of the town's heritage. These days, I think it's fair to say that Blyth is better known as a seaside town, and for good reason. The beaches here are magnificent. The water, though, I've got a feeling is a bit like the air, pretty cold. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad actually. Okay, well, I'm going to call it a day. It's been a fantastic day driving up England's north-east coastline. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.